Welcome to another episode of the Disstrackted podcast. You got your host, Santos.
Gugs.
And today, I think we want to start off with a moment of silence for the end of the Drake and Future friendship. So let's give a couple seconds, put our heads down. Cheers to that. Fuck, what a time to be alive. Metro and Future dropped a new album.
Yep.
We Don't Trust You.
It's crazy. That's all you see anywhere on social media, wherever. Like, it's like the talk of the town. This album just took over.
We talked about this album. We fucking talked about it in the last episode, or the few episodes ago. And we were excited, right? We were riled. But we didn't know it was going to do this. Like, this is fucking holy shit. You know?
Yeah, I didn't expect it to... Like, I remember thinking, it's cool. I'm here for it. Like, I want to hear it. It should be good. But, wow, it, like, far surpassed what I thought it was going to do.
They came with it. We're going to go in that direction pretty quick here. But let's start off with, what do you think of the album overall?
I loved it. Like, I thought it was really dope. To me, it seemed like they had like the Prodigy sound bites throughout. It really felt like a movie. It kind of reminded me of like Heroes and Villains a bit.
Yeah.
The way like Metro's production is like unmatched.
Metro is fucking insane. Like, this guy is so versatile.
Yeah.
Like, when I think Metro, I don't think like, oh, this guy makes this style of beat or trap or R&B. Like, this guy fucking does it all. Like, he'll give you a crazy trap song, and then he'll throw some crazy R&B shit for like perfect for the weekend, and then he'll make a fucking song sampled for like 3-6 or somebody else or Eazy-E. Like, this guy, like, he's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, and even with the, like how you mentioned, like the way he introduces, like when Travis makes a feature, like when his sound comes in, it's just like someone else I was listening to it with, like they said, they're like, oh, Travis made this song better. And I was like, yeah, he did. Like the way he introduces a sound, it changes the whole sound of the song. And like The Weeknd just being in like the background, like he's not even really like, it's not like he's dropping like a killer verse or nothing, but it's just, it makes the song so much better. And like it really feels like a movie, the way you have like the ups and downs. They're so dramatic at parts. Like, I love the production. It's so dope.
He never ceases to amaze.
Yeah.
So the other thing is Future being fucking 40 some years old and still making hits. And listen, I personally think I'm done hearing the whole fucking rappers are too old heads, all that shit. Because listen, fucking Future is 40 something, dropping bangers, still talking about fucking bitches. You know what I mean? Still talking about the same shit he did from before. And this guy just, people are still eating that shit up.
Future doesn't age. I don't know what it is.
Black don't crack. This guy don't age, man. Like, I don't get it.
Like, he always has the shades on. He always has the same look, and it's just like he is who he is. He raps about what he raps about, and it's just doesn't get old. I don't know why.
He's the same guy that said that whole "I just fucked your bitch" in some Gucci flip flops. Like, from then to now, no changes, and he still hits everything he fucking drops. You know, him and Drake with the Thames. That was a hit. What we're listening to now, What a Time to Be Alive.
Yeah.
You know, Big Rings, all that shit.
He's been everywhere, man. Like, he's been like trap hits, like going back to like Real Sisters.
Tony Montana.
Yeah, Tony Montana. Like, there's so much. Like, he has a hell of a catalog. Like, if he ever did a versus, oh man, like that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of hits. Even if you count his features, like if he drops Bugatti, like his hook on Bugatti,
see, like you forget, because this guy has so many fucking hits, you forget the shit that he's done.
Yeah.
Like, I actually just totally forgot about Bugatti until this guy said it. That's fucking crazy. Like, this guy, and then like all the shit he did with Wayne.
Yeah, that shit with Wayne. And if you talk about like what was that other the one Love Me?
Oh, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. Like, you can't even
like that. That's a hell of a song. Like
So
he has hooks for days. He has features for days. And that's not even to mention his solo catalog.
yeah, like he's actually. Well, I think didn't he write like a Beyonce song or something too?
Yeah, Drunken Love.
Yeah, drunk. Like this guy wrote "Drunken Love." Like what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like holy shit. That's what I mean. Future and Metro, it was bound to be some amazing shit.
Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite song from it?
Dude, I mean, I think the obvious one would be the one with Kendrick, which I do like. When I heard that one, that was my favorite song. Like even before I knew Kendrick was on it. But we'll wait on that. We'll wait on
Yes,
that. I
yes,
think,
yes. My trigger finger is itching, man.
Otherwise, I really like Fried. I think Fried's good.
Yeah,
and,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, Young Metro's really dope. And what was the song after Fried? Like
Cinderella's pretty dope too with
Oh
Travis.
yeah, Cinderella's really dope. Yeah, the one
Yeah.
with Traffic.
Yeah.
African
With
Cinderella.
Travis.
Yeah.
This guy just said traffic. I called him. But yeah, then even that, like with Travis, like they got a lot of features. Weekend, Travis, Rick Ross.
Yeah, and Rose came tight too. And even the production on that one, like when the beat switches after Rose, like
Yeah,
it's honestly
came.
Metro did his thing.
they
man.
came, and this is just the first part. Like this is supposed to be a double header. So, I mean, if they got this much shit going on in the first one, I can't wait to see what
Yeah, I
Kendrick
have
says
no
on the
idea what they
second.
have coming after.
Yeah, like, I can't wait to see what Kendrick says on the second one.
Speaking of Kendrick, should we get into that?
No. We can't talk about Kendrick just yet. Because Big Sean, this fucking poor guy, Big Sean, came out with a song called Precision. And it sampled Pop in My Collar by 3-6, which I think was another sample of an older song, but I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But this fucking guy, this poor guy, man. It's a pretty dope song too, I'm not even gonna lie.
It is.
But
Big Sean always comes correct, I think. Like I'm a huge Big Sean fan.
same.
And it's a shame because when he dropped Control, that got so overshadowed because of Kendrick's verse on Control. When Kendrick went at everybody, right? Like when he's like, I'm trying to murder you, and he name dropped like J. Cole, Mac Miller, Drake, ASAP Rocky. Like he name dropped like any rapper that was like big at the time.
But Kendrick did it respectfully.
Yeah, he did.
So,
Yeah, he's like, I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you.
Yeah, the key word, Kendrick made that with the utmost respect. Keyword respect, where there was a big lack of this time around.
And this time, and that, like what a shame. Like he overshadowed Big Sean that time, and now Big Sean tries his comeback here, right?
Yeah, his big comeback.
Like who's even talking about? Like I don't even like I even like Big Sean's song, but it's like it's hard to have the energy to even talk about it and really do that when like this is everything right now. Like, and one thing though, which made it even crazier to me, like I mentioned this before, like I love the surprise feature thing. Like you're just listening to the song, the track list never said Kendrick was on it. And then you're listening to it and you're like, oh, what? And the shit he says, like, he's so direct. He talks about first-person shooter. Like, he talks about For All the Dogs. Like,
keyword, that's what I mean. Like, respect. He had no respect on this one. Like, he didn't give a fuck. Kendrick, K-Dot, Lamar took shots on like that, and he took some heavy shots. Like, some of that, like, so he sent me a breakdown of actually, like, the bar for bar. And when you like, oh my god, like when you fucking hear this guy's like so intricate with this shit. Like you really gotta pay attention. Like it's not just like, oh, I heard some Kendrick bars. Yeah, he took some shots at Drake. Like you gotta really fucking add it up. This shit's like methodical. Like this guy fucking knows what he's doing.
Yeah, like he always has like triple entendres, like some crazy shit. Like honestly, when he says it, like it flies over my head. Like I gotta listen to it a couple times.
Same.
And even then, when I watch like a breakdown of the verse, I'm like, oh, that's what he meant? Like, it's like...
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, I heard it and I was like, bro, I have no idea what the fuck. Like, okay, 9 with a dog, whatever, Pet Cemetery, cool.
Yeah.
But then when you break it down, you're like, oh, shit, like, okay, this, that, like, fuck.
I thought it was so hard because you sent me something, like, before I even listened to it, where I read a little bit of, like, oh, these are the shots that Kendrick took, and I was like, I don't know, that doesn't sound that good. But then when it came on, and I was like, oh, shit, like... oh, this is a song, and here's Kendrick. And I heard him say it, man, like, he just sounds like a bully. Like, he comes so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a delivery.
So, the one thing I'm going to ask you, though, now. So, the consensus I'm getting online is not the fact that the shit that he said, but the fact that he said it in the way that he said it. Without any respect, without any of that. Like, he just came for it. So... I still personally think No Vaseline is one of the biggest fucking diss tracks. Like, it was cool. But do you think this is one of those kind of things, or is it more so just a shock factor that the fact that Kendrick even came for some shit? And saying, like, fuck the other three is just me, big me. Like,
yeah,
you know
that
what I
was
mean?
the best
Like,
part. Because on For All the Dog, sorry, not For All the, on a first-person shooter, when J. Cole's, I love when their artists are hardest MC, is it K. Dot, is it Aubrey or me?
Yeah.
And then when K. Drug's like, fuck the big three, it's just big me. That was so hard. But I wouldn't put it in that category just because, like, No Vaseline is like, no bullshit, just a straight diss track.
Just like
if
pop,
we're talking
pop,
diss
pop,
tracks,
pop, pop.
yeah, like we're talking like Ether. We're talking like Hit 'Em Up. Like we're talking like the whole thing is just directed at. Whereas this is just a verse, so I wouldn't quite put it in that category.
So in the sense, sorry to cut you off, but in the sense of a verse, I actually heard somebody today, and they were like, "Was this just a bait? Is he just baiting Drake and Cole to come back with something, and he's gonna deliver an even harder punch the next time?" I don't know. Like, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? It's this. Oh man, this guy came for it. But see, then that takes me to my next thing. Poor fucking J. Cole. Is he just guilty by association, or did he deserve them?
So that's what I was thinking too. Because another thing is Kendrick's album, the last one, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, right?
Yeah.
So J. Cole has a line on that song where, because even after he goes, the bar I just mentioned where he's like, is it K. Dot or is it Aubrey or me?
Yeah.
But right now he's like, right now I'm feeling like Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali's the greatest, right?
Yeah.
So he's basically respectfully saying like, yeah, we're the big three, but I feel like I'm the greatest. So, I mean, J. Cole's kind of respectfully saying, hey, it's me, right? And then he also goes on the song, I don't know, it could be a stretch, but he goes, everybody steppers, well, fuck it, then everybody breakfast, I'm about to clean up my plate. So, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, right? If everybody steppers. Is it a reach? I don't know. Because, I mean, really, you're taking a word but hey, maybe Kendrick took it that way, and maybe Kendrick's like,
so then let's just say not everybody's as innocent as they seem. Everybody deserved a little bit of fucking shots here and there because they're all doing
that's kind of dope
subliminal.
though. It's competitive, right? You
It
want
has
to
to
be,
be.
yeah. You want to be like, no, like why the fuck are you doing it if you don't think you're the best, right? Like you're doing it because you're like, no, I'm the best rapper and I'm gonna show you. It's because even for the longest time, everyone's like, J. Cole's too nice. He's like, he could be the best, but he's not really. And remember when we talked about even Lil Wayne, like until Lil Wayne really started declaring like best rapper alive, people don't really give you that respect, right?
Yeah, you gotta earn that shit.
Yeah,
You gotta earn this.
but you speak it into existence too, and you claim it and you own it.
I will say this: I thank Kendrick fucking Lamar, Mr. K. Dot, for putting that fucking fire in there, man. Like, like rap was becoming stagnant. Fucking everybody was just trying to do hits, and this guy really shook this shit the fuck up. Like he came for it, right?
And like we had said that before too. It's like I remember we were talking like, I don't know, where do you rank Kendrick or whatever, all this stuff. It's like you just kind of wish he dropped more music. And like, what does he do? He drops one damn verse, and the whole world shuts down. Like
he fucking broke. He fucking terrorized Big Sean.
One verse, yeah.
Big Sean drops a banger, and he fucking terrorizes the shit out of it two times.
He's coming for people's necks, like the best rappers in the game. Like, no, just direct. Like, it's
but
crazy.
that's the thing. Like, if you take like, so I will say this, and I don't know if you guys agree, but I think Drake. Fuck, I'm so scared to say this in the sense of like I know I'm gonna get some bullshit for it, but Drake, I guess let's word it this: Drake commercially is bigger than Kendrick will ever be. I personally think. I think Kendrick bar for bar butchers Drake. I don't like Drake's got some wicked lines and all that shit, but realistically, let's face it, like the shit that Kendrick says is just insane. But like hit for hit, depending on maybe like commercially wise, Drake will be bigger because Drake has like that pop sort of style where Kendrick just straight up like a raw. Fucking, like just hits or bars.
They're two completely different artists.
You can't really compare the two.
Yeah, like I feel like if they're, I don't know, if it was like a sport, you'd really be like, yeah, they're two of the greatest in their sport, but they probably play different positions almost.
Yeah.
Because like Drake's doing a whole lot of different shit. He's making pop songs. He's singing. Just hold on, we're going home. Like, can you see Kendrick doing that? No. That's not Kendrick's
That's what
thing.
I mean commercially.
But can you
Drake
see
is a bigger artist in that
yeah,
sense.
but can you see Drake making songs like such as I don't know, like even this, like the way Kendrick rapped on that.
Yeah, I like that exactly. So that makes me wonder though, complete different thing. But where does 21 stand on this?
Yeah, because well, you gotta look at everybody, right? Like where does so are we just assuming that anyone featured on We Don't Trust You is on Future side or Metro side?
It seems like it.
How involved is Future even? Like we don't even know because they
Future
never
took
really.
shots.
So Future and Drake never directly said anything to each other, right?
Yeah, like it's more subliminal.
We knew about
shots.
the Metro and Drake beef.
Yeah,
everybody
which I
knew.
think was sort of whatever, like about the whole Grammy, all that bullshit.
But now even that, are we like? Was that an extension of, or I mean, is the Future beef an extension of the Drake and Metro, or is it like was it always Drake versus Future and Metro? Like what the hell is even going on?
Yeah, it's hard to say
Because now you got all these features. So yeah, where's 21 stand? Because 21 did Savage Mode like way back, like one of his first biggest songs was X, right? And
Yeah.
Future's on that song, and it's produced by Metro Boomin. So it's like you would think he stands with them.
You would.
but
One would think, but I mean,
he did a whole down album, Grammy nominated album with Drake, and like
Which I've heard is one of the reasons why Future's so pissed off, because he thought there'd be What a Time to Be Alive too, but I think that's a little petty. If that's like the real reason, that's a fucking petty ass reason.
that's the thing. Like there's so much in this. It's like what the fuck is even going on?
It's literally like I've been seeing memes online where it's like Avengers versus Thanos, or it's like the Civil War, and it's fucking crazy though, because like it really feels like Nav, Rick Ross, these guys like unfollowed Drake, which seems very like high schoolish. Like, you know what I mean? It feels like a fucking like sort of a kiddie thing. Like, well, I'm gonna unfollow you on fucking Instagram, but they did.
Yeah.
And the world we live in, it's all social media shit. So I mean, it's a bait.
This is so crazy because it goes back to like when Drake dropped that song on CLB, No Friends in the Industry, right?
Yeah.
It's like yeah, you got your day ones, your homies or whatever, but it's like you go to your job and you got your work friends, right? It's like, is this all that was? It's like, oh, Future, whoever is like, oh, we're just friends because we work together.
Yeah, like we have to be friends type of thing.
I don't know, but they always said though, like Drake was always like, oh, Future's my brother in this shit, you know? And when he says the same about 21, Drake says that about a lot of people, and like it makes you think that, oh, they got a genuine relationship.
Well, that's the shocking
But then,
part.
like, how the hell does it, like, what did it fall apart over? Some people are speculating, oh, it's over a girl.
That girl, yeah, I forgot her name now, but it's I saw her picture on
Diana
IG.
something, right?
Yeah,
Princess Diana.
that Princess Diana. It's in one of the songs.
Even if it is, it's like, man, Future was the one that coined the phrase, she belonged to the streets. Like, how are any of you going to fight over a girl?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, if some of these things are based off of that, it's pretty crazy. Excuse me. But see, that's what makes me trip out, though. Like, there must be more shit behind the scenes that we don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And like, we don't know anything. We don't know how long they've been beefing for, because, like you said, that Thames song and everything, like that wasn't that long ago.
Wait for you. Yeah, that came out after in No Friends in the Industry as well.
And they've had a relationship for years. They did an album together, and I think it benefited both of them. Like, it helped Drake go a little bit more in the streets where Future already kind of had.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. Like, where it's like. You
and
know,
it helped Future go more mainstream.
Yeah, exactly. They crossed their sort of like,
Future starts doing songs with like Rihanna.
Well, Future
Future's
fucking
on the
made
radio,
Drunken
like,
Love. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like, and now like hearing back, like, what if that was something like a Drake influence did? So clearly they've both, and they've had bangers their whole time.
Yeah.
Like, even during COVID, Life is Good, like all that shit. Like,
oh yeah,
they had bangers on. Like, I can't even fathom how many hits they've had together.
Yeah, used to.
But that's
this.
the thing. Like,
there's so many.
it's just the end of an era.
Man, that was a hell of a, like, as a duo. Like, I remember seeing like shit online all the time where it's like,
Jordan Pippen.
who's the best duo? Yeah.
Jordan
and like
Pippen,
Future
straight
and Drake were always up there.
Yeah.
And like you said, they were supposed to do What a Time to Be Alive too.
Which would have been insane.
Yeah, that. And if they ever do, like, if this passes, I think that's going to be even bigger than ever, because now everyone just wants to hear it even more.
Everybody's gonna tune in.
But if it's over, like 21 doing an album with Drake instead of them doing What a Time to Be Alive 2. Like, I don't know. Is that something to really beef this hard over? Because now look at them. Now all these guys are clicking up against Drake. Like, what the hell?
Well, yeah, because you got like Nav, you got Rick Ross, you got all these guys, and then you got like they're dragging Travis into it.
But that's what I mean. If all this is true, if this is like some high school playground,
It literally
shit.
is playground,
Not even high school, like elementary playground shit. Like you're like, oh, I don't fuck with this guy. Hey, none of us are fucking with this guy. Like, what the hell? Like,
yeah.
That's so crazy. But now all these guys, that's like the whole damn industry. Like, well,
And
not all of them, but you know what I mean. Like, if really like Rick Ross, Future, Travis, like you name it, and like Weeknd was on the album. So does that mean like Weeknd doesn't fuck with Drake? They already had beef in the past too.
Yeah, the last thing I saw about those guys was like Drake was giving Weeknd his flowers during a Weeknd's birthday or some shit, like on the mic.
Yeah.
But then you see, it makes me think though, like, is Drake being real in all of this? Like, are we just looking at it from a different angle? Is it really that like everybody else sort of? Well, you know what the weird fucking thing is? Okay, I'll say this. It's sort of like they had this pre-plan, like, hey, we're gonna drop the album.
Yeah.
And like Metro's in there shooting out like a group text or something.
As soon as I drop
like,
this,
I'm gonna drop this. You guys unfollow. Like, that's it. Fuck you, Drake. We're gonna fuck you. Like, we don't like you no more. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, we're all gonna unfollow you at the same
like,
fucking time.
But that's what I mean. Maybe he did something so bad that we don't know about. Like,
What could he have
maybe
really
it's so
done,
bad
though?
that it made even Rick Ross be like, oh, I'm gonna follow your ass. like everybody, right? Like, or maybe Travis has no idea. Maybe Travis didn't know any of this, and he just has them features on the album. Maybe.
Well, did you see that?
Maybe
clip?
he's uninvolved. Maybe 21 doesn't even care, and he's like, "That's your guys'
Yeah.
beef. We don't even know yet."
Did you see that one clip on Rolling Loud when Travis was like, play that like don't sound?
Yeah, he's like trying to sing the song.
Yeah,
right?
right? Like the
he doesn't
beat,
know what
whatever.
it's called.
He doesn't know what the fuck to do. But see, like, and then people are like, oh, it's Travis against Drake. But then I personally think that like maybe Travis didn't hear that version with Kendrick on there, so maybe that's why he was sort of like, oh fuck.
But that's the thing. Like, one of Travis' biggest hits is "Sicko Mode" with Drake on it,
bro,
right?
Drake is still fucking at his concert tonight. He had Travis's head floating around in the fucking thing, you know. But Drake gave like a little monologue tonight at one of his concerts too. He said some shit like, you know, like, we're gonna look to the future. And the thing with Drake is, when he says that kind of shit, like, if anyone else says it, you're like, oh, he's just saying we'll look to the future. Drake, I feel like, is always intentionally like sort of subliminally taking, I don't know if I said that right, but taking a shot. Like, even when Nav unfollowed him, Drake's next post caption was literally was it? I ain't picking up. I'm in Turk's little baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I think Drake's the king of doing that, like that little shit where it's like, I'm gonna.
Drake, he calls himself the petty king. Right?
He is petty. Like he plays petty, but I'm here for it. So that makes me think though. Now, is this the downfall of Drake? Is this the downfall of Drake? Like, is this it?
That's crazy to think, but like, maybe we're living through it. Maybe we're witnessing it. Cause, like, let's just talk hypotheticals.
Yeah.
Like, man, for all the dogs, which I actually liked. I actually really liked it.
Thought it was a banger.
Yeah. Man, as soon as Virginia Beach came on, I was like, oh, it's over.
Yeah. It's like those memes. Like, you know, you hear 2 seconds, boom, laptop closed, hit. Best album ever made, blah, blah, blah.
No, but I really liked it. So, but it didn't get, like, it wasn't very critically acclaimed. A lot of people hated on it.
But
and he even, it almost made you think that, like, he heard all the criticism because he dropped that EP right after, right? Yeah. So it's like, oh, he knew that people weren't really satisfied with it. So people are already talking shit about all that. And then the ongoing beef with Kanye is never going to end. And then now this. And if everyone really is clicking up against him, like, if all his enemies are just like,
can you imagine?
Are we really witnessing this?
So even if all these guys clicked up together, okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. You got Metro, right? Kanye's already beefing with Drake, so he's already on Metro's side. You know, you got Future, you got Nav, you got Rick Ross. Who the fuck gives a shit about Rick Ross? I'm sorry. For fuck's sakes, I used to be a diehard Rick Ross fan, but what the fuck are you doing, my guy? Like, why are you joining in on this, bro? Like, your latest, biggest fucking hits are with the guy.
But that's what I'm saying. Did Drake really do something that bad that made like everybody?
I think Rick Ross. Okay, I think Rose is being a follower. Like, you know, elementary playground days. This guy just wants to be a part of the cool clique. So he's the last one out, like running around. He's like always the last guy to be picked. He just wants to be a part of the clique. Listen, your song was a heater. Okay, don't get me wrong, but you, my friend, without Drake are not. Even a lot of your biggest songs till date are with fucking Drake, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Well, again,
Sorry,
like
I had that burning in my, because I even have the MMG chain still, and the fact that this guy is doing that shit, it's like, bro, what are you? Everybody else can make it on their own. You, my friend, don't have it on you.
But he did this before with like when Lil Wayne had his I don't know what do you want to call it. I don't want to say beef, but I guess it is his beef with Birdman, right? When Rick Ross got like really involved and made a diss song towards Birdman, but then what happens? Like now Weezy and Birdman, they're cool. Where's that leave Ross and Birdman? I don't think they ever really made up.
That's what I mean, man. Like, Ross, you had a good thing, my guy.
And speaking of Weezy, where's Weezy? What?
Yeah, fucking where's Weezy and all this? Where's Dirk and all that? Dirk's fucking touring. Dirk's touring with fucking Drake right now.
Yeah, he's touring with, for real.
Like, and you were telling me like he's a diehard fucking Future
like
fan.
well, like you gotta think like everybody, not everybody, but I mean like a lot of these younger rappers, like they grew up listening to Future. Like Dirk's open about that. Dirk says like Future is like his Tupac. Like that's crazy. So if someone means like that much to you and you're like that, you know, like you're that much of a fan of them, and you work with them and you have a relationship, but then you like, where do you lie in all this? So that's a big thing too. Is he gonna take a side, or is he just gonna be like, fuck it, figure your shit out?
This is like Drake's villain story right here, you know what I mean? Like this is where it all begins.
But with all that said, because we're talking about, is it the downfall of Drake? Never count out Drake.
Never. Yeah, you can't with this guy. Like he'll
Drake
come back round 12.
Drake is so smart. Like if he, just imagine though, he could, if he takes this and he flips this and he like drops a hit, which we know he can do.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, everyone's
if
gonna
anyone
be like,
can drop a hit, it's him.
Yeah, and everyone's gonna be like, man, all this shit's nothing to him. It's just background noise. Look at what he did. Like, so we don't know. Let's see. And is Drake even gonna respond? He said he's on a break. He's not even supposed to be making music. Remember the last thing he said? He's like, I'm gonna take a break from music.
But you know what? Okay, in fairness, this guy took a break, then continued on his tour.
Yeah,
dropped like a 4-track EP or whatever.
That's like, what I mean. But is it even convenient that I probably sound like a major Drake supporter? I'm not trying to.
No. So I was actually thinking in my head.
Just debating for the sake of argument.
We support everybody, even Rick Ross. We are fans of everybody, but this is our point of view towards what we think is going on. But we still think everybody's fucking dope.
But I'm just saying, like, again, just playing devil's advocate. Isn't it convenient that Drake's taking a break and then they choose to diss Drake?
Everybody comes shooting.
And then they all, I don't know.
Metro Boomin. Yo, he's on break. We gotta send this bitch out. Fucking do it right now. Right now, attack. You know what I mean? Like, get on the offense right the fuck now. He won't respond
for like a year.
Yeah. We got a year to fucking get up on him. And this guy's like, I think he'll come back with something. I think either he'll drop it. But see, this is the thing. I don't know if he should drop a track because lyrically, bar for bar, I think Kendrick has him.
Well, who knows? Like, is it gonna be like that? But the last Drake diss, well, I don't know if it was the last, but the other Drake diss was back to back, right? When he dissed Meek.
Well, no, he had the whole show with Pusha T.
Yeah.
And a lot of people still say that Pusha T technically slaughtered him. And then Drake said that whole thing about like, well, I don't know if I believe him, but he's like, oh, I have one in the arsenal.
And he says he won't. He's kind of playing by the code, right?
Yeah, and that and like if he releases it, some people will get killed.
But I'm just saying, like when he dropped back to back, like. That was so strategic. Back to back. You were fuck. Where were you? No, you were in. I was in Toronto when you dropped
this
that.
Guy was in Toronto for the OVO Fest.
That was like
the memes and shit.
When that song came on in Toronto, everybody word for word was singing the song. Everybody's just like, it was the craziest shit, man.
Yeah.
Like
I remember this guy was like telling me about it. I'm like, man, you were actually at talking about Future and Drake, you were at What a Time to Be Alive's Where You At?
Oh no,
music video,
yeah,
right?
the Where You At video.
Yeah, Where You At music video.
Yeah, that was off Future's album. But
yeah.
was
This guy
at the
was
video,
there in Toronto. Like I remember he was telling me him and another one of his buddies.
That was when Esco did that. DJ Esco did that viral dance.
Whatever happened?
I was watching. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like not thinking anything of it. Then when I flew back to Vancouver, it was like, oh damn, this shit's viral. Everyone's talking about that.
I remember I was so fucking jealous. I was like, this guy's
was
fucking
crazy.
living it, man. He's like out in Toronto. Like Toronto's a scene right now.
Yeah.
This guy's at the music video. Like you crossed paths with Drake or something too.
Yeah.
Like you guys walked right.
I'm not gonna say I met Drake, but
like
we
fucking
said what's
head
up.
nod and all that shit. And Future, like that
Future,
era of Future.
I'm
was
not gonna
dope.
lie, Future was next to me. I didn't say shit to him. Bro, his bodyguards. His bodyguard looked at me. He's like, "What are you here for?" I was like, "Oh, nothing."
Fuck.
But yeah,
Getting so again distracted. That was a full on distracted. But so we're saying Drake should even respond. Do you think J. Cole should respond?
I think this is probably perfect for J. Cole because J. Cole's doing his whole album rollout right now.
Yeah.
He's doing the whole might delete later, right?
He was probably in the studio wrapping this shit up. Now he's probably like,
let's go back.
Yeah.
Like now he's gonna be like, they're gonna wait for my response and they're not gonna hear it till I drop my album. This probably works out perfect for him.
So that's J. Cole. We talked about 21. All these guys. Do you think rappers and artists will distance themselves from Drake at this point?
If they're stupid.
Is Drake sort of like the plague right now?
Hell no. Drake is still Drake at the end of the day, man. That's just.
Yeah.
I don't know. Unless it's like some serious beef where you're just trying to be like, I'm taking a stand, I'm taking so and so side, whether it's Metro, whether it's Future, whatever, right? But I don't know. I can't think that Drake's gonna get blackballed from the industry or something like that.
Yeah. It's a reach.
Yeah.
But fucking. Oh man, it's been crazy. It's been a crazy time in hip hop right now.
Like this whole time, all we talked about really was just the drop of Metro and Future's album. There's another one coming.
There, yes, part 2. That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
What's
we don't even know.
What's Kendrick gonna say next? You know what would be fucked? So you know what would be fucked up? Like really fucked up? If this whole thing was just a ploy to fucking grow everybody's albums and really like they're all like tight and shit. But behind the scenes, they're like, "Yo, we're gonna like wrestling, like NWO, Wolfpack, all that shit. Like, like we're gonna stab you in the back for now, and then we're gonna join forces later. Blah blah blah. Like, that'd be sick. Can you imagine if these guys all came back together and they acted like they're like the Wolfpack?
Maybe. Like, who knows?
Oh man, I'm reaching really far right now. But I think it's one of those unfathomable times where Future and Drake like.
But another thing, just tying it back to like way long ago was way back when Future was
way back back into time.
When he dropped Shit, the remix, and he had Drake on it. Drake dissed Kendrick on Future's song.
Well, Drake's
and
not
now
innocent.
all these years later, Kendrick's dissing Drake on Future's song.
Kendrick's probably just been sitting there.
Future really is a toxic king. He's like, yo, you want to diss one of my friends? Hop on my song.
Wait, it's like a long play. You know what I mean? Like, wait, we're gonna sit there and fucking write and shit, and we'll strike when the moment's right. Drake goes on break, boom, Cobra Kai shit. Like, boom, we're gonna get him right now. The takeover. Oh man. Wow. I think it's pretty fucking crazy. And you know what? Just to give another little gem out there, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg are working on an album, the opposite of Doggy Style. It's called Missionary. Thought I'd just throw that out there just so we're not so much, Drake, Future, everybody.
In other news,
yeah, like Big Sean.
Outside of Metro Boomin's album.
Yeah, Big Sean. Let's go back to Big Sean, what I mean? But
and I think they also announced Eminem.
Yeah, Eminem dropping a new album
too.
Yeah,
this year.
It goes back to my point. I feel like hip hop and rap is in a new stage in life right now where age isn't a big factor anymore.
Yeah, I mean, people are still looking out. Yeah, for sure.
If you're good, like, think about it. People that are blowing up right now are not like the fucking young 20-year-olds. It's literally these guys who are in their mid to late 30s, and they're fucking taking over.
Well, the guys that kind of got a hold on, like they're established.
The big three.
Yeah.
Fuck you two. It's just me. But it's been good. It's been good. It's been a good time for rap. I we'll check back in. We'll give you another episode once we get some updates, and
yeah, we'll definitely keep you up to date on this this whole Drake, Metro, Future, and everybody else in the industry drama.
Like, on a side note, like, what do you think happens right now? What if they're all at the same club or some shit, and like Drake walks in and like
I
Future,
bet you nothing
Metro
happens.
sitting there? No, but I'm just saying though, like, do they act like elementary type shit? One sits in his booth over there. These two sit over in their booth over there. They're just like eyeing each other down like the whole night.
I don't know. That's what I wonder. Like
How? Where do we go from here?
I don't know. Like, what the hell could they be arguing over that? Like, all these years, like, is it over a girl? Because Future, like I said, Future coined that phrase, she belonged to the streets. Like, is it over, I don't know, is it over music, really? Is it over something else? Like, who knows, man?
And if
we
it
don't know
is,
shit.
if it is over Future being pissed off about What a Time to Be Alive 2, and the fact that 21 Savage made an album with Drake, I'd be really like, yo, bro, like, that's some petty ass shit. But fuck. That's a wrap for episode, for this episode. Shit, like, it's a crazy time to be alive. More like, what a time to be alive. It's a wrap.
Peace.